Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends from the show Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So just before we start building everybody, here are all of the materials that we will need to make our house. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. So the first thing that we have to do with the Home for Imaginary Friends is we have to start with the foundation. And that is going to begin with a single dark oak plank on the ground. Go left of it by 2. 1, 2. Extend it towards you by 1. And then left 1. Towards you by 1. And then go left by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend inwards by 2, 1, 2, and then left by 3, 1, 2, 3. Extend towards you by 1, and then left by 3, 1, 2, 3. Place a spruce wood plank in front of this, 1 in front of and to the left, go left 2, place a spruce plank behind and left, place a dark oak plank behind it. What you then want to do is place another plank going behind and then grab your red terracotta and go left by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like this. We then want to take a sideways view and we want to extend this block backwards by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We then want to extend inwards by 3, so 1, 2, 3. And then we want to take this third block and we want to place a dark oak plank in front of it. Go left by 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then grab yourself the orange terracotta and I want you to place 2 orange terracotta going in front. 1, 2. Go left by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I want you to take that block, I want you to extend it inwards, and then left 2, 1, 2, and then extend all the way forward. So, all in all, the shape that we will have, and it's a very peculiar shape, will look exactly like this. And now that we have achieved this effect, what we are now going to do is we are going to start adding details. So I guess that we will probably start all the way at the front, and we will start pretty much where we started off, except a little bit different. So I want you to take this entire row of dark oak planks that we have here, this horizontal row, this is pretty much where the entrance will be, and I want you to place 14 rows of orange terracotta on top of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This row of 14 orange terracotta wants to get extended across the entire entrance area. This will later on have a little porch, it'll have a door, it'll have a couple of windows, actually more than a couple of windows. It'll have quite a feature as well up at the top above the door, and it'll also have an entrance staircase, but for now this is what we're working with. This layer of orange can get extended backwards on the right hand side and around, and it can kind of just sit like this, so you can go like back, right, and then back again, and this is about as high as the orange terracotta is going to get at this particular point in time. There is also another layer of orange terracotta that we have to take care of, but first of all we are going to come towards the back of the build and we want to apply the same sort of effect here. So on the back of the build we also want to take kind of like the horizontal row of orange that we have here, and we want to make it as high as the row of orange that we have on the front of the build. So I'm not counting that out, but that seems to be even with the front, and we want to add all of the orange terracotta directly onto the back of the house as well. The back of the house is significantly less detailed because it is very difficult to actually find information about the back of the house without systematically going through every single episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, it's almost impossible to find out what it looks like. So now that we have the horizontal row of orange, we will extend this across on top of here as well. And we'll extend it a couple of rows inwards, which is something that we should have done on the front as well. So we just want to extend the orange just a little bit inwards like this too. So we'll have to do this on the front as well. You'll notice that on the front we have the 2 rows here. And you will also notice as well that it doesn't strictly line up. So like the back of the house doesn't strictly line up to the front of the house as one might expect, but we also have to just extend it inwards a little bit here as well, and we're just making a nice foundation here, so that's what we want to have so far. Well, what else do we want to do? Well, we want to take the remaining area here on the right and we want to add 5 rows of orange terracotta on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just want to add this on top. So this can actually be sealed up completely, including the top. There's going to be a little window added to here later on, I believe, but we'll be adding all of the windows later on. We're not going to be doing that just now, so we'll just leave that as it is, and we'll just have that nice big chunk of orange terracotta. As a matter of fact, we could even seal up directly above this as well, as there's not really too much going on the middle part of the house. It's somewhat as you get towards the top, will we be adding a bit of a feature, and we might even do that now whilst we have the freedom to do so without the roof being in the way. So now that we have this entire row of orange terracotta, nice and plain looking at us, on the back portion of the build here is going to be a massive chimney, and I do mean massive, it's huge. Like literally, on this back corner here, you can place a row of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You can place a row of 16 orange terracotta here, and you can extend it outwards in pretty much every single direction into the house. So you want to make a 2x2 square. This is, as I said, it's basically a chimney. Later on, we will be placing either anvils or hoppers on top. So huge, huge, huge chimney on that back corner. But other than that chimney, what is on this side of the house is going to be a small window. So we can take the chimney and we can place 2 dark oak stair, 1, 2, leaving a gap from the chimney. And then we want to, actually we'll add another stair, so we'll make 3. And that stair will actually get flared out. But what we then want to do is grab the orange terracotta and we want to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orange terracotta extending towards the front of the build, and then add another row on top of it, and then leave a gap of 1 on both sides and place 2 more rows of orange terracotta that are just 1 row shorter on both sides. Then you take the very middle and you extend it up by 2 as well, so just like this. And what we're going to do basically is we're going to place dark oak wood planks left and right of the base of the rows of orange terracotta like this. We'll extend the planks forwards like so, and then we will place stairs on the sides of the planks like this, kind of like facing outwards a little bit. And this is going to make a little feature of this area. On the very tippity top, we'll actually be placing a couple of rows of dark oak planks just right at the top there. And we want to also place upside down dark oak stairs underneath all of this. I'm not sure what we will do just at the very top. So at the very top, we'll probably just add the dark oak plank in there. And then underneath this, we basically want to just place a row of dark oak wood slabs like so. We might even extend them outwards like this. We're going to place dark oak fence on the outside, and we need a little window right in the middle, so just black stained glass pane just like this, just right in the middle. And that's so bad. There we go, perfect. And that's just like it's just like a little pretty cool feature that we can have for the house, and that'll all be integrated into the actual main roof, which we will be tackling a little bit later on. Or we might add some details of it now, since I guess that we're kind of working on that stuff at the moment. We might as well do it all in a similar sort of way. We might as well focus on one part and kind of rotate around, I think. So on the front of the house, as I mentioned, is a staircase, but we're not going to make that yet. We're going to start from this orange terracotta here on the left side, and we're going to move right, up, destroy 2 blocks extending up, leave a gap of 1 going right, do the same. Gap of 1 going right, do the same. Fill the left and right sides in using black stained glass pane. And I want you to place dark oak fence extending outwards diagonally from both of the windows. I then want you to place fence on top of that. Extend the fence inwards by 2 on both sides. Place fence on top of the first 2 dark oak fence blocks on the left and right sides like this. I then want you to place sideways stairs above the fence and extend forwards and around like so. Above this, we're going to place dark oak wood slabs like this. And this is the sort of effect that we're looking for. I think it looks pretty good. So above this area, we want to have the middle 3 blocks which coincide with where this door is, basically from this dark oak fence to this dark oak fence. We want to, just half a row above this little porch, we want to have like upside down dark oak stairs placed in this sort of pattern. We then want to place yellow terracotta on top of the stairs, extend the left and right sides up by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Join together at the top, destroy the middle of this, place glass pane inside of the yellow terracotta, and then we want to have dark oak wood stairs placed on top of this, so just like that. That is looking pretty good. So the next thing that we kind of have to do is we have to raise up this little area a bit. So we want to take the orange terracotta and we want to place 2 rows on top of the flat part of the front of the house like this, so it supersedes the part on the right. What we can then do is create that very similar pattern to what we did over there, and what that means is basically the pyramid shape of placing 2 rows of orange terracotta, leaving a gap of 1 on both sides, and continually building up rows of 2 until we eventually just are able to place 1. On the sides of this, we then want to... How does this start? I want to make sure that this is correct. On the sides of this actually lines up with the orange, with the yellow terracotta. We want to place oak wood planks on the sides. We may have to just shave off the orange terracotta a little bit. So we want to have dark oak wood planks on these sides, level with the yellow terracotta. And then we want to be able to place dark oak wood stairs like this on top of the planks. And then, yeah, we just have to shave one off. I thought that it was a little bit different. So we just have to shave one off just around the top there. And then that will allow us to place the pattern of dark oak wood planks at the base of all of these steps of orange terracotta. And then dark oak wood stairs on the sides of this, just riding up. And this is going to be the same roof pattern as what we have on the sides. So again, it's the planks extending outwards, and then we want to have the same with these stairs like this. So here and here. There we go. And then we have the upside down stairs underneath. And there's not really much more to this particular part of the roof. We are going to be adding some fence and stuff to the top part later, but for now, that's looking pretty good, right? I think that looks pretty good. So now that we have that, we are going to move over to the left a little bit, and we are going to grab ourselves the red terracotta. So left of the entrance area, on top of the dark oak planks, I want you to place a row of 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of red terracotta on top of this area. Now, the red terracotta wants to be placed on top of this sort of half area that we have of dark oak planks. So if you look down below, you will be able to see, of course, that we have a bit of a foundation. Well, the red terracotta wants to sit just on top of the dark oak planks, just like this. It doesn't want to sit on top of the spruce at all. not one bit. We're reserving that for a different material. It's actually going to be, I don't know what to call it exactly, but it's kind of like a circular room of yellow terracotta. So we want to have that placed there, and then we want to have red terracotta on the opposite side as well. The red terracotta is going to, once again, it's going to sit on the dark oak plank portion. So just like this. That's looking pretty good. And then we want to take the spruce wood area and we want to add another row of spruce wood planks on top. And then we want to add a row of 5 yellow terracotta on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. So just on top of these spruce portions like that. There we go. We might even turn this into, instead of making that dark oak planks, I think that we'll just clean that up with a bit of red terracotta like this. We could even, yeah, we'll leave it at that. That's actually fine. And then right in the middle of the bottom of the yellow terracotta area, we want to have a little window like this. So it's one row away from the bottom. It's right in the center. Above this actually wants to be filled in using red terracotta. So above the yellow terracotta line, we just want to add red terracotta just like this. That's perfect. And what we then want to do is we want to take this top horizontal row again, kind of like this flat row, and we want to add a row of red terracotta that is one row shorter on both sides, and then we want to do that once again, so red terracotta on both sides shorter. So you're creating sort of a pyramid shape, but not quite really. Just to the left of the, you know what, actually, continuing on, we may as well continue on from the top of this. I want you to grab your yellow terracotta, and I want you to, on top of the row of red terracotta, place 11 rows of yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like this. And we're going to raise up all of these rows directly on top of the row of 4 red terracotta. We want to have the 4 rows of yellow terracotta like this. That's perfect. And then we want to take both ends and we want to extend them outward diagonally towards the center of the building. We want to place 2 diagonals like so, extending inwards. So we want to make it a little bit round. We want to take the second blocks and go 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, and then we want to, once again, we want to place 2 diagonals coming inwards like this rather than outwards, and we then want to join them together. So it will end up looking a little something like that, which looks a little bit weird at the moment, but it will get better. So now that we have done that, I just want to tackle the area just to the left. This is quite a complicated part of the build. To the left of the red concrete area, or the red terracotta, my bad, I realise I keep saying concrete, it's obviously terracotta. On top of these first 2 red terracotta blocks here, I want you to place 12 more red terracotta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can see it's a bit shorter than on the other side. And we want to do the same thing, just going left here. So those 2 rows want to be like that. Just to the left of this, we want to come to the very end, so here, this corner, and we want to place 7 red terracotta on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we want to place behind this a yellow terracotta. But what we also want to do is take those top 2 blocks and place red terracotta left of them. And then we want to take the upper block and place red terracotta to the left of that. We can then fill this little space in here using red terracotta like this. And the yellow terracotta that we have here that is just extended backwards, we want to go up on top of it by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this. We want to extend it to the right like so. And then we want to take the top block on the left and we want to extend it outwards. So, very peculiar shape that we've got here, but that is exactly what we want to have. So now that we have said peculiar shape, you can extend the red terracotta area backwards. So all of it pretty much in the same sort of strange shape there is. I don't even know quite how to describe it. Kind of like, maybe like, I don't know. You know what? I don't even know what it looks like. But basically, this entire red terracotta shape, we want to extend all the way like this. and we want to extend the yellow terracotta, except the yellow terracotta wants to extend almost all the way back, but it just wants to sit one row inwards like this, and we can just add a red terracotta there. We can build up the yellow terracotta to be as high as the area that is in front of us. We want to extend this block forwards here as well, and we could build this up a little bit. I want to make sure that it is going to be done correctly. Okay, so what we will basically do is we will take the outer row of yellow terracotta and we'll extend another row on top of it. And then we want to leave a gap of 1 on both sides, and we want to place 2 rows of yellow terracotta, so 1, 2. And then leave another 2 rows, so like 1, 2. And then finally the final row right at the top, just to create the apex, 1, 2. So we want to have something which should look like this. So we're actually going to leave that as it is at the moment, and we're going to come back to the front, which is, again, looking absolutely insane. So, what do we have to do? We have a lot to do. If we start here kind of like on the right and work our way across, and then we kind of have to work our way up, there is a corner window here where this red terracotta is. So, starting from the bottom of the corner, move up 1, destroy 2 blocks, to the left, inwards, and replace all of this using black glass, so just like this. Perfect. Above this, we want to have dark oak stairs on the sides of the windows, so like on the left and right sides like this. We want to place upside down stairs coming towards the center, and then we want to place dark oak wood slabs above, just like this. We want to have, on the very left side here, we want to have a window. So starting from the bottom left corner, we move like right, up, destroy to the right, above, and then place black stained glass pane above this. We then want to have the same sort of window. So we want to have dark oak wood stairs above it on the left and right, upside down stairs extending inwards to kind of like meet in the middle, and dark oak wood slabs above, just like so. Then we want to take the yellow terracotta area, and we want to add another row of yellow terracotta on top of it, and we want to add some dark oak wood stairs around that top row of yellow terracotta. So just around the top of it like this, we just want to make a little roof for it. But the roof is actually a little bit more important than that, because you see the roof actually stretches and extends all the way over to this left hand side, and it will in some sort of magnitude go around the back as well. And on top of the kind of like the red terracotta area that we have here, we will be adding some dark oak wood slabs, but we'll sort that out a little bit later on when we are dealing with that particular side of the house. But we also want to extend the stairs here to the right as well, so just in front of the red terracotta area. And then on top of this, we just want to have we just want to create a roof. So we can do that by using sideways dark oak wood stairs, kind of like this. We can place dark oak planks in the middle, and then at the very top here, we're going to place a dark oak wood plank at the back. Maybe build it up a little bit with some dark oak wood slabs, kind of like all the way around. And then at the very top here, we want to add a couple of dark oak fence, and then we want to take the lower fence and we'll want to go left, right, and we want to extend towards us. So we want to have something which should look like that, and that's pretty interesting. I quite like how that has turned out. So what do we want to do for the area up above? Well, first of all, I want to frame the roof for this particular area. So to do that, on the sides here, we're basically just going to build up a few rows of dark oak stairs like this. So just on the sides, we just want to have dark oak stairs. The dark oak stairs are going to extend forwards by a row, of course, as they pretty much always do. They want to hang off of the building. We want to have upside down stairs underneath them, and we are going to join that top pair together, so just using some dark oak wood slabs like this. We might even add another layer of slabs just up at the top here, just to kind of like integrate it into the roof a little bit more. We want to have a window, so the window is basically in between this bottom pair of stairs, and it just wants to like leave a gap of 1 between the stairs like this. So it's basically the 4 middle blocks, and then destroy the 4 blocks underneath. we want to fill this in with glass pane, and we want to place dark oak slabs underneath this window, and we want to place upside down stairs in front of the top corners of the window like this. And then we kind of want to have, how do we do this? We want to have like opposite facing dark oak wood stairs coming inwards from both of the corners, so you get, it kind of looks like a mustache. And I don't know what this lower part is, but that kind of looks like a mustache or something. And that's basically the effect that we're looking for right there. So that looks pretty cool. So now that we've done that, we have a giant yellow tower behind this. The giant yellow tower, we want to start off by placing a row of windows. It's the two middle blocks here, and you just want to leave the half row gap, and the windows want to be 3 rows high, with a gap of 2 in between them, and then 1, 2, 3 more windows. So you want to have something which should look like this. We want to have black stained glass pane where the windows should be inside the empty spaces. And then we want to place, we'll use a contrast material, so like red terracotta, we'll place on top of the yellow terracotta area here. And we're basically just going to be adding a roof to this, so it's going to be dark oak wood stairs just going all the way around. This will take a second or two because they of course all want to join together as they go around. And on top of this part as well, so on top of this big like spirally tower that we've created, we're going to want to do this more than once. So not only do we want to place these stairs around the red terracotta, but we're also going to want to place these stairs on top as well. So like this, we want to place them on top going all the way around. We may add a different layer to this. We may add a couple of layers of slabs or something like that, just to kind of like try and round things off a little bit, but it might actually look okay. When you're dealing with multiples of 2 when it comes to stairs, like as you start to get to the end stages of the roof, it can look a little bit weird, so we might as hang on, do we have to place it this way and then this way? Perfect. Yeah, okay, so it'll probably look a little bit weird, so what we'll do is we'll fill this in, or you only really had to fill the side portions in, and then we'll start using slabs for this. So where the stairs aren't, so like here, here. This would have been easier using a different material actually to fill in the center of this. This is actually really difficult to see. So we'll have a shape which should look like that, and then we can place planks like this behind, and then we'll just place planks in the middle, and then just another row of planks just up at the top there. And what we might do is we might use stairs just right up at the very top, just around this like this, just to like round it a little bit. And that's actually not a bad shape whatsoever. That actually looks pretty cool. And we'll take the very top, we'll take the 4 middle blocks, and we actually want to place fence on them. I don't actually have a measurement for you at how big the fence should be, but I'd say at least 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you want these same for all 4 of the blocks. So you're really creating what might be called a spire, and we want to just have all of that there. We want to extend it out on the right side a little bit, so we want to take not the top block but the one below, and we kind of want to extend it out by 2, and then underneath out by 1, and we just want to have something which should look like this. So that is the sort of effect that we're going for. Later on, we will be extending the yellow... You know what? We might do that now because it'll probably be a little bit easier. We're going to extend all of the yellow terracotta down. The reason that I hadn't done this up until this point is because I had this notion that it would be a little bit easier later on, perhaps after we did the dark oak roof. I've actually revised that opinion. I think it'd probably be harder. I think it'd actually be easier to build the roof against something rather than to place it against just like thin air. So I'm just placing the base of the tower because it's much easier to build. It's much easier in bedrock at the very least to build up than down, and I'm just matching the shape of the tower that we have above. So the yellow terracotta, we will actually extend it down as well. We're going to extend it down below the tower until it is basically just until basically it will make it easy for us to place the roof. So if we have the tower extend down like below the roof level of all of the other roofs, because you know it's not just one, it's multiples, then we can just connect everything to it nice and easy. So here, like this. So here you can see like we'll extend the yellow terracotta down here and here, where the stairs will connect here and here, all over here. So just until it is blatantly lower than it has to be, it will just make things easier. So like if we, I'm sure that'll be fine. So if we have a look at it from here, you'll be able to see that that roof will just connect to it nicely. Any side roofs will absolutely everywhere. And you'll notice that now that we've done that, like the front of the house is starting to look pretty cool like this. It actually looks really, really cool. So now that we have done that, indeed, we are now going to focus on the left side of the build a little bit more, because of course there's a little bit more detail to be had. Although, did just notice this little yellow terracotta area that we have here just poking out on the front, these two little middle blocks here have to be glass panes, so there's just a little bit of a window. On the left side of the build, we want to add a bit of a feature to this area. So obviously earlier we started to build kind of like a roof shape, and now we're going to place dark oak planks at the base of all of the yellow terracottas like this. And we're going to extend the dark oak planks towards us from the bases of the yellow terracottas. We're going to place dark oak wood stairs on top of the planks, like that. And the stairs want to extend forwards. We want to have upside down dark oak stairs underneath all of the overhanging parts like this. And right up at the top, I want you to place two dark oak wood planks right at the top. We want to extend them forwards, and then one underneath like so. We are then going to place a row of, where shall we place this? We'll place it here, joining the two base planks together, a row of dark oak wood slabs, and then we'll extend it forwards like this, so that the two little parts of the roof kind of like jut outward. It's kind of like a nice effect. We'll place the dark oak fence on top of the sticking out part, and then we'll have a little window right in the middle, like that. So you can see that's looking pretty good. And once all of the roofs get extended and joined towards the center, once they all kind of like converge into a singular point, everything will start to really come together quite well. So now that we have done that, we should come all the way to the back corner of the house. So on the back of the build here, I want you to grab your red terracotta. Next to the dark oak planks, I want you to place two red terracotta and extend them towards you, like this. The red terracottas, these row of 4 here, is going to be another chimney. They want to go about as high as the yellow tower, so about as high as here, towards where the top of the roof is. Probably, I would say, stop about where the planks are. Where we kind of like place the planks. I don't know whether that's this block or this block, but it's just a guesstimate. It doesn't really matter that much, as long as it is about as about towards the top of the roof area, not considering the spire. About there will do. And like I said, it's another chimney area, so we'll be placing either anvils or hoppers on top, depending upon what we're feeling like. It might be hoppers. I think I have anvils on me, but we can of course change that. It doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. So now that we have that, ladies and gentlemen, what we're now going to do is we're going to fill in this area here a little bit. So we're going to want to place 6 rows of red terracotta on top of the dark oak plank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So 6 rows of red terracotta on top of the dark oak planks, like this, coming all the way up. On the bottom left hand corner block, the red terracotta, I want you to move right of it by 2, so 1, 2. Move up 1, destroy 2 blocks going right. Leave a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then destroy 2 blocks going right. Destroy a row above, place black stained glass pane inside the empty spaces, and then place sideways facing dark oak wood stairs above the windows on both sides like this. Here we are. And we want to place upside down dark oak wood stairs extending inwards on both sides, with dark oak wood slabs above each one of the windows, and we will just leave it a little bit like that. Over here towards the left is going to be a porch. This porch is made out of wood, so it's not as elaborate as the one that we will be building on the front. I have not forgotten about it. We want to place 3 rows of dark oak wood planks extending out of the back here. So 1, 2, 3. We might even make it 4 just to make it a little bit. There we go. We'll make it 4. On the left side here, you want to move in 1, destroy a row of 2, and place stairs in. We then want to place dark oak fence around the edge of this porch area here. And then we want to take the 2 corners and extend up by 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And we'll even do it opposite side here, opposite where these 2 stairs are. We want to go 1 and 2. And we're going to place dark oak wood stairs extending out from the house all the way on top of all of the fence like this. And then we're going to, above and inside of this, add another row of dark oak wood stairs extending inwards, and then we'll probably cap it all off with a layer of dark oak wood slabs like that. Perfect. So what we then want to do is we want to line up an entrance on the back here, just a little 2x2 entrance, and we want to have a... Actually, we'll just leave it like that, just we want to have a little entrance. We'll be adding some stairs there later. So, on the back here, we want to basically emulate the shape that we have on the front. So you see on the front where we have like the kind of like the pyramid shape, we want this on the back. So I realize that there is a chimney here, but we want to have the same shape. So you can just copy it directly from the front actually. It's the same thing though. It's just the rows and rows of 2 added on and on and on and on and on, just like this. We want to add the same stairs and we want to add the same, so how would this work? So that would go here, here, and here, and here, here, and we'll line this up, so that would go here. And we can still place the roof despite the fact that we've got the chimney there. Because the roof sticks out 1 row anyway, it covers up the fact that we wouldn't have been able to kind of like make the roof shape. So it's not really a big deal. We just want to place the stairs and the planks where they would have been anyway. Just make sure it's nice and even on both sides like this. We'll add another row to this as well, so we want to extend the roof down, so just like this here, and here. Actually, that would go there, wouldn't it? There we go. So there we are, perfect. And then what can we do? So that sits there, just on the outside like that. That's perfect. We want to place the upside down stairs underneath all of this. The roof is a little bit more for show on the back, and we just want to have the dark oak planks here. If you wanted to add any glass here, I couldn't find much information, if any, on the back of the house, so you can just kind of like add windows how you would like. You could even kind of make them a bit similar to the front of the house if you wanted to, but I could not find anything on the back of the house. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it really does depend. You can take some creative liberties. I did find some 3D models of the house, but I don't know whether they are officially what you would find on the actual Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So the 3D models that I had are kind of in line with what I've built here, but whether that is true to the actual proper house itself, I really don't know. I don't think you really see the back of the house that much, so you kind of have to essentially kind of just have to imagine it. Funnily enough, you have to imagine the imaginary house to figure out how it would look. So this is looking pretty good so far on the back. A lot of that will be covered up by roof. I'm quite happy with how this has turned out here. Happy with the right hand side of the house as well. We are missing a bit of an area here on the front of the house. So on the front of the house there is a little window. So this sticky out smaller orange area, we want to, from the bottom, leave a gap of 1 and place a gap of 2 in the wall. Place glass pane inside and then stick a dark oak wood stair above. That's just a little window. To the right of this kind of like circular shape. So we want to take this dark oak wood plank and we want to extend it right towards us, right towards us, right to, then go in and right, back to, in, back, right to, in, and join to the house, kind of like this. We want to place a row of 5 yellow terracotta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on top of the outer shape of this. So we kind of want to make kind of like a circular tower sort of shape, like so, just all the way around this. It's going to have a window on the front. It's going to have, we're actually going to reinforce the shape of it at the bottom. So kind of like this here and here. Perfect. The window is going to be right in the middle on the front. It's just going to be the 3 middle blocks. That is not glass. That is not glass. There we go. So we just want to have glass there. And then we kind of want to take the right side of this and we kind of want to add just an extra layer of dark oak planks, kind of like this. So just like here, here, and maybe even reinforce it a little bit more. So kind of like that. So that I'm pretty happy with. I really like how that looks. And what we then want to do with this area is I'll use a contrast material again, say red terracotta on top of the yellow terracotta. So we want to place a layer of dark oak wood stairs around the top of our tower, just like this, in a circular formation, as you might expect. We did this a little bit earlier with the larger version of this, which is a little bit hard to miss, as it is right in the middle of the big roof, so it's kind of hard to miss the larger version. But this one you could actually quite easily forget about because it's just kind of like off to the side of the house. We're going to build it up in a pretty much the same way, so we'll just add like another layer of dark oak wood stairs just around the top of the inside here. We'll then start adding probably, yeah, because we can't really place another layer of stairs just kind of like with that singular layer. So here, then here, there we go. And then just in the middle of this, we can place ourselves some dark oak wood planks. And then we can place maybe like a dark oak wood plank in the middle. And then place the stairs around. And then just right in the very center of this, we want to place just 2 dark oak fence, extend the second fence outwards in every single direction, and then the middle and extend it upwards. So we just want to have something which should look like this. And now that we have the shape, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that this is all coming together so well. I mean, this is looking fantastic. We're now going to join all of the roofs together, and then we can add, say, like the stairs, and we can finish off the chimneys and stuff. So how do we want to do this? Well, we'll start with the big part of the roof, so like the entrance area. Let's connect the front to the back first of all, just like this. Let's connect the side to where... Let's connect the side to where it will connect to the middle. And there's also another component to this roof as well. Where the side will connect to the middle, I want you to extend the dark oak wood plank here through, like this. And I want you to join it to the tower, like that. So you can see where that would extend through. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to place some fence on top of that. So on top of the front and the back like this, we're going to place fence to kind of like make this sort of like crisscrossy area like so. And basically the front part of the roof is, we can just now extend it inwards like this and to the left, if that makes sense. So you want to say like take this inside part and you want to extend it inwards and left. I'm pretty sure the apex is where I kind of placed it. If not, my bad, but we just want to place the planks extending in the stairs like so, and eventually, I mean, it will come to a natural point. I did think that it lined up. I'm hoping that it does, otherwise that'll look a little bit silly. It actually does. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So there we go. So we want to extend these stairs around, and then we just want to extend the planks back. So you can see that little middle part of the roof there completely filled in. That's looking fantastic. On this side, we want to have a similar thing. So the roof, as I said, it kind of like hangs off the side a little bit. You don't have to worry about that at all. So we can extend the planks back first of all. So like this here. So it's a little bit weird actually. So here, and then where would the planks be? So the planks would go straight through there, just to make that a little bit easier. So the planks would go here, and then here. I'm just extending all of the planks kind of like inwards at first, and then that will make it so that it will just make it easier to place all of the stairs afterwards. So here. Perfect. So now what we can do is we can place these stairs on top and around the planks, and just make sure they all just joins together. Like it shouldn't be too hard to make it all fit. So here and here. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to make it all fit. Hopefully it should all go together rather well. I mean, it's kind of just like a jigsaw puzzle, you know. You just keep choosing a different block until everything kind of just fits like that. That stair shouldn't be facing that way, it should be facing this way. That's looking fine. On this side here as well, like we'll start from the top and we'll extend these blocks inwards as well. So these blocks will extend in to the tower here, like this. Extend these stairs and the plank blocks there. I realised we just missed a bit on the front as well, didn't we? So the roofs don't actually, like on the back of the build, the roofs don't actually line up exactly. So like it might actually be better for us to like extend this roof across this side roof here. So like this roof on the side. But first of all, I want to come all the way over to the front right hand corner. I just want to join this together because I don't want to forget about it and then have like an open part of the roof. So here, then that will go towards the side, extend these inwards. Here we go. Because there are so many different roofs all just joining together, it is just important just to make it look as though everything belongs as it should. So we'll extend the planks over here. We'll start on the front now. So okay, so now that instead of coming towards the back, because that's the difficult part, we'll just get everything taken care of on the front, and you can see it's looking fantastic on the front. We can then just extend all of the plank blocks and all of these stairs just inwards towards the center. This is why the tower, this is why I recommended, oh, and also wherever you have the roofs already on the front, you're just going to want to extend them backwards just to make sure that they all connect, just in case I'm missing any more. No, I don't think so. I think that looks okay. We might have to actually no, I mean it's supposed to be this way, but you could shave that off if you wanted to. You could shave the wall down and have the roof connect like that if you so wish. Anyway, that is why the tower was recommended to be to be built first, because, or to be built a little bit further down just to make it easier to join everything together. So here, and then fence just like this. That's looking pretty good. And then on the back, we'll extend the roof through. So we'll take here all the way through like this, and we'll just join it to this opposite side, because the roofs are a little bit weird. They don't line up exactly at all with the front and the back. So we're just going to extend these across. We'll have this extend up and join to the tower, and then we'll see what we can do with the above portion. But we can make it look great no matter what. I mean, the building is meant to be erratic anyway. Like to put things plainly, I mean, the building is meant to be kind of like a little bit crazy. So things don't really line up anyway. Things are a little bit insane. You know, it's not just your normal sort of older suburban style house. It is kind of it's quite gothic, and it is a little bit random. It is a little bit weird. So nothing that we can't work with, but we'll just continue extending that right roof all the way across like this. At the same time, simultaneously, you saw me take the back there and kind of like extend it towards the center. We can keep just adding our stairs and our planks like this. Here, that will have to go back there. Then we'll have the layer of dark oak planks. And then here, perfect. So you can see on the right side, obviously, works out very, very well because it just like all extends through. That's looking fine. But just up above here is where it gets a little bit weird. So what we can do is we can just turn this this portion of the roof, we can just turn this a little bit flat. So if we just start off with the row of stairs and then we just build up planks just below here, and then we connect the planks and the stairs just here on the side, like it won't really make much of a visible impact whatsoever. Like it just looks like a natural part of the roof like that. So that's what I mean. There you go. It actually makes the roof look a little bit more distorted, a little bit more interesting to look at, to tell you the truth. We just have to add a bit of orange terracotta behind here. That will cover up that gap that I just saw. We have to fill this area in here as well. So what will we do with this? We'll extend the yellow terracotta inwards, and we will cover up this area with the chimney. We don't really want to have any gaps from the outside, kind of like this. We want to place stairs around the top of this jutting out red terracotta area with some dark oak wood slabs on top, just like this. And then when it comes to the roof here, what we can do is we can just keep building this down as it would naturally. So we can place the stair and the plank, the stair and the plank. And then that will do. If you just add 2 more rows like this, that will just sit nicely above the windows. It will make it look as though that roof is joined to all of the others quite naturally, quite nicely. And it would just look perfect. So there we go. That's the back of the house, nice and complete, ladies and gentlemen. Again, not as elaborate as the front, but what is, you know, the front is absolutely insane. I'm just having a good look at all the roofs now and making sure that they are all connected together, because that would be a big oopsie if they weren't. I might destroy that just because that bothers me. That red terracotta there can get turned into a plank. There we go, and then we don't have anything sticking out. And then I'm sure that every other roof is kind of like, yeah, everything's perfect. So what do we have left to do? We do have a few things left to do, believe it or not. That is not everything. So I'm going to chuck all of these things away, and I'm going to grab what we need. So we will be needing these spruce wood planks again, polished diorite stairs, polished diorite, smooth stone, dark oak doors. We will need anvils, iron bars, dark oak wood, and oak leaves. So on the front of the house, actually let's take care of the chimneys first. Each one of the chimneys, you can use either anvils or hoppers to just make the top of the chimneys. They just look like chimney pots, then that's what you call just the top part of the chimneys, and that's it. That's all you have to do, nice and simple. Oh, something else that we do have to do, actually, my bad, I'm sorry that I almost forgot about. This is a lot to remember here. Just going to get rid of the anvil, going to grab the dark oak fence. On the front of the build, there's kind of like we want to take the fence right in the front of the build, and we want to extend it up by, say, like 1, 2, and then we want to extend that second block outwards in every direction, kind of like this. And then we want to extend the middle upwards by 2 again. So just to kind of like make a bit of a kind of perhaps like a pointy star or something like that. Like that's the effect that we want to have. Anyway, on the front of the build, we want to have a dark oak wood door. And on the back of the build, we also want to have a double dark oak wood door, like this. On the front of the build, we also want to have a porch, as I mentioned. So the porch is dead easy to make. Polish diorite in front of the door, extend it left and right, and then place stairs in front of it, join it down to the ground. Place spruce wood planks on the left and right part of the stairs like this, just to cover up any empty space that would be had. That's all there is to it. In front of the house is actually kind of like a pathway, so you don't have to go too crazy on this, but basically there's just a bit of a path made out of smooth stone, and it's about 3 or so rows wide. I don't want to go crazy detail into it because it's just a simple path. But you know, feel free to spend way more time on it than I am if you like. It's a simple path. It kind of like spans the entire front of the house, so it's a bit wavy too. It kind of conforms to the shape of the house, but again, I don't want to spend way too much time on it. It's just kind of like a simple path made out of smooth stone. Feel free to make it look really cool if you like. I'm actually quite happy with it kind of just being a little bit random. And that side being a bit smaller actually is completely fine too. I quite like the effect. But what there is though, which is quite important and iconic, is a very large tree to the right of this. It's a huge tree. It's going to start off with a row of 2x2 dark oak, just dark oak wood. The dark oak wood is going to leave probably a few rows gap between the tower that we have on the right hand side, and it will be about where these stairs are on the front of the house. And the dark oak wood is going to get raised high. It's going to be a few rows higher than the actual height of the house, so however you want to do that, that is completely fine. It wants to be just a few rows higher than the actual height of the house itself, so it'll look exactly... I mean, this has taken a while. I mean, I thought that the house was pretty high, but the tree's even higher. It's quite a big spectacle. And we are going to add details to the tree as well, because the tree's not just a boring shape, actually. The tree's actually got a bit to it. It's actually quite interesting. So let's make sure it's high enough. Yep, that looks fine. The base of the tree wants to get extended out. I would take every left block at the base of the tree, and I'd extend it outwards by 2. And then add 1 on top of the middle. So just like this, I'd kind of like extend the base of the tree out like 1, 2, and then add 1 at the middle. Then kind of like ascending up the tree, leaving some rows gap, I'd kind of like place a dark oak wood, add a diagonal down from it, fence below like this. And then on the right side, a little bit further up, I'd have like kind of that same effect, because the tree kind of like has these hanging branches that hang quite lazily off the trunk, kind of like ascending left, right, kind of almost like a zipper. And we want to just have this on the left and right sides, kind of just going up like this. Here, as we get towards the top, there's actually 2 of them. So on the top, like at the very top, we just want to have a bit more of a defined one. That was annoying. There we go, a bit more of a defined one here. Maybe add a couple of fence extending down. And on the... Why can't I? There we go. And then on the right side, just on the front, maybe just kind of like this, right? And then just 1. So just something like that. The tree looks very similar to that. It's a bit of a lazy, stripped bare tree. What else do we want to have? Well, we want to have a fence that kind of just goes all the way around the house. Not anybody can go. You must be imaginary. Just about. With a few exceptions. And we just want to add, say, an iron fence kind of like around the house, and probably maintain a distance of 2 or so from everything that we've just placed, including the tree. Maybe even 1 from the tree. It doesn't matter so much. It's kind of like a personal preference. Just maintain a little bit of distance away from the house. Place some iron bars just to kind of like section everything off a little bit. We will be adding the pathway, so there we go, that looks pretty good. We will be extending the stone path forwards, and this will be the entrance, like this. There we go. And then all there is after that is just some bushes. So on the front of the house, at the very least, I can tell you that there's some relatively decent sized bushes. So some 2x2x2s, just like this, just cubes. There's a lot of like little singular bushes kind of like spread about the place. More so towards the corners will you find the kind of like big built up bushes, but you could have like say one here in the corner here, leave a gap, have another one. Something like that. You could even bone meal the area as well if you want. I'm contemplating doing that. I don't know whether I will. Feel free to decorate the rest of the area how you see fit. Maybe add, you know, a load of bushes everywhere. Bone meal will probably go quite a long way. Actually placing some, maybe some grass path coming off the back of the porch might do you some good too. But that'd just be speculation because, as I said, I haven't been able to see a good view of what is 100% definitely the back of the house. So, and that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, there's not really anything else for us left to add to this tutorial. So let me just clean things up a little bit. Let me maybe black out the windows, maybe let me add a little bit more detail, and we'll just see how it all looks once it's all been put together. But that's pretty much the end of the step-by-step part of this, guys. Very well done. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what your house will look like once it has been 100% fully completed. The only changes that I have really made from what you have just seen is I have blacked out the windows, I have added some bone meal to the back of the build, I've also added a little bit of a path, but that is pretty much it. I think that the house is absolutely perfect. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I hope that you guys also feel the same way. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very, very much. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. And if you want to make anything else by me, check out the card system, the description below, and the top of the comment section for more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.